You're listening to the Lux Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should be living their best life, their Lux Life. The show is hosted by Rick Steiner with Steiner Event Group, a premier national event planning company, and co-hosted by Shannon Richmond, the Vice President of the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications of future episodes. The show is produced by 30A Media and is broadcast on your favorite podcast outlets, as well as YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TVs, and other major brand smart TVs.
Hello, I'm Rick Steiner with Steiner Event Group, and welcome to Lux Life Discovered. And our co-host is Shannon Richmond with the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. Glad you're here. And our guest today is Samantha Spain with the Hotel Indigo in Panama City, and it's the newest property. I guess you are the newest property for St. Joe in the area.
Yes, we are. Yes, for sure.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Shannon stopped by Hotel Indigo 2 days ago to look at, to be in here with my family on vacation for almost 2 weeks.
You're trying to get a room?
No, maybe that was it subconsciously. I'm like, I need a break. I lost track of days and time. You know, it's like, so I was there recently. No, it was like 3 days ago. Yeah, and so I met Samantha, and she was showing me the meeting spaces. I was hoping we could use it for a bride's wedding in 2024. But anyway, so as we were talking, you're from Oklahoma originally.
Yes.
And then it's amazing people that work with different hotel groups, how they're loyal to that group and, relocate to different areas within properties that group owns. And she knows a couple of people from Northwest Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas that I know. So it's made you realize how small a world it is. But
yes, for sure, especially in hospitality.
Yeah, that's true. And then something else that we had mentioned too the other day, for years, like if you were Hotel Indigo, that's the hotel the franchise you dealt with, you owned, and you didn't right. It was just that one group. And now you could have a hotel group that has, Hotel Indigo, and then, St. Joe is a good example because they have
many.
Yeah, I was trying to think. There's several, but several different hotels represented by that group. So it's amazing how hospitality has changed and the needs and all of that. So what brought your interest into hospitality? What made you go in that direction?
Yeah, so I grew up in a very large family. So speaking comes very naturally. Growing up, my parents really didn't talk about college a lot. It wasn't a big subject of what do we want to be when we grow up. We just knew that college was the path that we were going to. We just didn't know what that would look like. So I went on to get a business degree. That business degree left me scratching my head saying, what do I really want to do? Yeah. So I tried a numerous amount of things. I did banking, I did retail sales, I did retail sales management. I worked for a credit union instead of a bank. I just tried a lot of different things. I did office administration, but I was working for Ulta Beauty. And when my youngest was born, I was struggling. I was working hours on hours, and I would come home every day and I would just cry because of how many hours I was putting in, what I was unable to feel like I could provide for my family. And so I was talking to my aunt, and she had worked in the hospitality industry before. And she was like, well, the hotel that I'm working for, Night Audit, they're hiring for a sales director for a brand new property. And I was like, okay. I was like, but I don't know anything about hotel, much less selling a hotel. And she's like, well, if you can make friends, you can do it. And I said, okay. She said, if you're a relationship person, you can do it. I said, okay. So I gave it a shot. That was 6 years ago. And that has it's transformed my life.
All right, good deal. All right, Shannon.
Oh, okay. So how long has the hotel been open?
So Hotel Indigo has been open 3 weeks today. We had a soft opening on June the 8th. And we just had our grand opening day before yesterday.
And
so
I know the Panama City Beach Chamber is going to be doing an after hours there soon.
Yes.
We cannot wait to see it.
Yes, it's so gorgeous. From the exterior to the interior, even just the views are amazing.
So what is something that you're like, oh my gosh, you have to come see this and see what?
So a lot of people are saying the rooftop bar,
Okay.
but honestly, I'm saying Tarpons Terrace. It's even more capturing, and it keeps you out of the elements. The fifth floor, you get the wind, and it's still open air, and it's still super beautiful. But Tarpons Terrace is still open air. It's just a little more covered and keeps you a little more inclusive of the elements.
Wow.
And that's right behind the bar inside. Is
It
that right?
is. It's on the first floor, right behind the restaurant and bar, just located right outside of it.
That is going to be awesome. And how many floors do you have and how many rooms?
So there's 124 4 rooms. Excuse me.
It's a big
It's a big
hotel.
hotel. 100, I don't think the Hurricanes would like that very much.
No.
124 rooms, 5 total floors. All
Okay.
the rooms are on second, third, fourth, and fifth. So nothing on the first floor except for lobby, restaurant, fitness center.
And then I heard him saying you have a little area for meetings and conference room.
Yes, so we have just over 1,000 square feet of meeting and event space. That's on the inside. On the outside, the options are unlimited. So we actually have about 15,000 square feet of lawn space just between
Must be
us.
gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
between us and Harrison's, that we'll be able to book events, weddings, parties, reunions, anything that really your heart would desire.
Wow.
Out
that
there.
would be gorgeous.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I mean, you've got the bay out there, the walkway. Everything's gorgeous. I mean, you just think of a big lighted tent, the sailcloth tent with the lights.
Yes.
It'd be perfect.
Even something that you could open the sides up on and be able to get the cool breeze coming off the water through would be awesome. And then we have the promenade. So the public promenade just beyond the hotel. There's concrete area where guests can go and look over into the water, see the natural wildlife that's there. But still could host an event on that promenade as well. So
My wheels are spinning.
I know. just wait
Well,
till you see it.
It is. And then also what I was impressed, and the Hotel Indigo does this at a lot of locations that they're in, is all the personal touches to the property, from the inside the elevators to the rooms.
Okay, give me a personal touch in the
Okay.
elevator.
Yeah, so Hotel Indigo is all about incorporating the neighborhood into the hotel. And inside one of the elevators, there's a boy on a bicycle, and he is doing a paper delivery for the Panama News Herald.
Aw.
And his name is Carl Bennett. He came by the hotel just not even a couple of weeks ago. He's 89 years old now. In the picture,
Isn't that
he's
amazing?
12.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
he said, I heard that my picture was in the hotel. Someone sent it to him on Facebook, didn't know who he was, just recognized his photo. And he came by, saw that his picture was inside the hotel,
bet
and
he
told us
loved
his life
that.
story. Yeah, it was awesome.
There's going to be a lot of history, and you have that throughout the hotel?
All throughout the hotel, from all of the photography and artwork that's inside of the room, outside of the hotel, in the restaurants. There's different pieces and parts of Panama City that are pulled in. Even one of the original 14 Panama City members of Panama City, one of the original 14. The story of our neighborhood story has kind of encompassed his whole life, which is kind of cool.
Man.
Well, in the room that you showed me, it had the picture of, was it the Jolly Roger?
The
Or what-
Jolly Roger
Yeah.
and Harry Felix. He was one of the original founding members of Panama City. He came here on the Jolly Roger, and him and his wife established a life here. He was a local artist, and there's lots of things incorporated about his story and how he came here and what he did while he lived in Panama City.
So it had
That's
that
such
picture
a
of
great
him,
idea.
the boat in the background. His dog is in a photo to the right, and then to the left is his.
Is his wife. Yeah, his wife. There's a depiction of his wife, and she's actually walking an alligator down Harrison Avenue, and you can see Martin Theater in the background. And the story behind that is that she befriended this alligator, and she would walk it down Main Street.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
but it's kind of neat, all the different
That's so
personal
cool.
touches that have been brought in, and it's not just a hotel chain coming in and it's
No, they incorporated
Yeah.
where they are for some history. That's amazing.
Yeah, and really trying to tie in the community that already live here in
Yeah.
Panama City and bring them to the visitors that are coming to visit, and really creating stories and memories for everyone across the board, both locally and those who visit us.
so. Well, that's a good area to come see all the renovation that's going on down there. Has been amazing.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. They're doing a lot of things to Harrison Avenue, re-landscaping a lot of things. They're restructuring some of the roads, and the walkability in that area is improving all the time.
Right. Well, they started that project. It was such a, when initial stages, it was just like a huge mess because it was, you got a block or two that's closed off and all the businesses are there. The sidewalks are gone. Well, when we did the, was it a ribbon cutting at the bank there or
Yep.
whatever? And remember, we couldn't get in that day.
Yep.
It was raining. It
We
was
were
muddy.
delivering snowman soup.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And the sidewalks were gone on the outside and it was a hassle to get in.
But look how
And,
beautiful it
but
is
yeah,
now.
but now it's absolutely great, and it makes it nice for us because with even though we're in the PCB chamber, we have a lot of members downtown in Panama City, so it helps because it's just going to be a beautiful area to showcase.
Yeah, for sure. And something that the community can be really proud of too. I know they're working really, really hard to get the T-Dock back open in hopes to be able to showcase 4th of July. They're
That'd be
doing some
great.
really big things down there, really trying to push that along for the community.
Yeah, and I forgot to say this, and so that part of the area that's finished is worth all the headache that everybody went through. It's
gosh,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
now the other couple blocks are getting to experience that.
But then there would
first
be
part.
like, okay, we know we're going to be like this when we're done.
Yeah,
But
and
you're
that
right.
does.
People can walk from your hotel
Yeah.
all over and visit all those places,
Yep.
which is a great asset.
For sure, for sure. And then, being able to put on events, utilizing the lawn, utilizing the community as a whole, whether it be pop-up vendors or St. Joe's putting on a free concert on July 1st called Downtown Rocks.
Oh.
And they'll be having Cassie Joy as the main headliner there and Chandler Flint. So it's open to the public from 3:30 to 7. It's free. People can bring their chairs, come enjoy the live music, and just have a good time and socialize with those that are in their community.
So what kind of events do you see happening at Hotel Indigo?
Oh gosh, I see everything.
Well, weddings for sure.
Weddings are super popular right now. But even your local business, just wanting to get out and do something different and showcase their community to the people that already work in the community. It's something to be so proud of, to bring something so unique and diverse into your own community and to be able to show it to your family and your friends and those that are really around you. So even local businesses just really trying to do something different and have a change of scenery.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Did you say there's a restaurant in there?
There are 2 restaurants, yeah. So we
Two?
have 2.
What kind of food?
So on the first floor,
We like food.
we
like
love. On the first floor is Tarpons, which is named after the SS
And
Tarpon.
that's what you love.
Oh
You
yeah, I
area,
love that
okay.
area down there. Everything from the inside to the outside, but the outside is my favorite. Tarpons serves a Southern cuisine with a Cajun twist.
Okay.
And then Steam on 5 is our rooftop bar and lounge, and it serves a seafood fare. Currently, we're serving the same menu as Tarpons, but within the next week or 2, we'll be rolling out the new menu, which will be the seafood. And the tagline for up there is seafood and sunsets.
Oh, I bet that's beautiful,
It's beautiful.
too. So are you open for lunch or is it just dinner?
So Tarpons is open breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, too.
Yes.
And how many does it seat? I'm planning an event. Can you tell?
Yes. So the most I was able to get inside so far was about 42.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
But then
And
she has the meeting rooms that right
Yep.
next to it. So yeah.
The event space is just right next to the restaurant, and then Tarpons Terrace is just right outside of it. All servable, all open to the public as far as the restaurants
Oh.
go too.
And what kind of food for breakfast?
Breakfast, oh, it's so good. So there's a breakfast bowl. It comes with potatoes, eggs, and I want to say a huge scoop, but it's a good sized scoop of like an avocado guacamole mash type.
Oh, yes, please.
And an egg on top of it. It's so good. So yeah, that we've got, oh gosh, just a number of things, and it's always changing. So our chef is originally from Louisiana, and he's always adding new things too. So
Oh,
it's
I think
not
that's
just
kinda
what
neat
you
too,
see
yeah.
on the menu. Yeah,
Can you see a PCB Chamber Ambassador breakfast?
I do.
Sure.
I do.
I see one of those.
sure.
That'd be fantastic.
And then Steam on 5, it's open for lunch and dinner only.
for lunch and dinner.
Mhm.
And how many does that seat?
It'll seat about 43.
Oh, that's a good space.
It is. It's nice up there. Both areas. Are
And can
nice,
you
yeah.
make reservations, or is it first come first serve?
Right now, it's first come, first serve. Just with the influx of people recognizing that we're open, we stay pretty busy so far. But eventually we would hope to get to something
I'm
like
super
that.
excited you guys are open.
Us too.
Yeah.
So what was it like when your opening day was? When did you say?
Our soft open was June the 8th,
June the
and our
8th, okay.
grand opening was just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the response been since the grand opening? Like once people have known you're there and
Yeah,
you're like
so
really open.
yes, yeah. So even before, I mean, June 8th, I mean, on June 9th, we were already getting people just flooding in the doors saying,
Really?
"Are you
Well,
open?
good.
We want to see it. We want to see it."
Aw.
Months ahead of time, people calling, asking when could they see it. So the support that we received from the community has been resounding. I mean, it's just, they're so supportive. I know we had at least 200 plus at our grand opening,
Wow.
and just daily the calls keep coming in of, we want to have our event here. We're so excited. So we're super excited too.
Well, good. And we have to give a shout out to Jean Caps.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we can't,
Yes.
even though she's not here with you, but
Oh, she's here in spirit.
she is.
She's
Yes.
bringing you on.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Well, she knew she had somebody competent that
Yeah.
could talk and take care of it. So, and we didn't have any trouble communicating when I was there that day.
Yeah.
So it was, well, we got along very
Remember,
well.
she's from a big family.
That's true. Yeah. You knew if you didn't talk, you were in trouble.
Yes.
No. So, and then also what I like to cover too, when we have people that are new to the area, what have your thoughts been since relocating to the Panhandle? Because you've been here you came in a couple months ago. Is
Yep,
that?
in April.
Yeah.
hmm
So,
So
and then also who came with you? That's another interesting fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yes. So I vacationed here most of my life, between Destin, Santa Rosa Beach. We hadn't gotten as far as PCB, but we knew that it was there. We know what amenities it had to offer. But we've kind of always been in this area. My son was 2, I think, the first time we started coming
Okay.
here, and then even myself, before I had children, we would come as a family. We always knew that it was something we wanted to do. We just didn't know how to do it.
Right.
My grandmother, she was originally from Thailand. She wanted to move to Florida, but it wasn't in something that my grandfather wanted to do. They had family friends here, so we would always come and visit. And my brother-in-law, my sister, sat down with our family, and they said, "We're moving to Florida." And me and my husband kind of looked at each other, and I told him, I said, "Well, we don't have anything holding us back. Let's go to Florida."
Oh, nice.
So not only
Oh,
is
it gets better.
yeah, so,
Okay.
so not only is it my brother-in-law, my sister, my niece, and my family immediate, my 2 children, my husband, but mom and dad bought land and a condominium as well. So they'll be eventually transitioning here. And then I have one other younger sister and my other brother-in-law, and hopefully we'll be convincing them to come.
They can't stay home by themselves.
I don't
Maybe when
think
your
so.
mom and dad make the transition, they'll be like, okay, everybody's.
I
That's
hope
so
so.
great
Yeah.
that you guys did
Yeah.
that moved as a family.
Yes, for sure. And it's very unique and special. We still have extended family that live back in Oklahoma, and we ask them to come too, but, it's not always for everybody.
They had their choice.
They do.
No.
They do.
But then you guys are living in the Freeport area,
Yes.
right? And just amazing how that area has
Oh
changed
my
so
gosh,
much and
it's
grown
grown
Yeah.
too.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yes, for sure. When we first started coming here, Freeport, you really didn't know that it was a place, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know it was a town, but to see it blossoming it's growing fast.
Did you know you were going to work at Hotel Indigo when you moved here?
I did. So I came in early March, and I think I had probably 7 or 8 interviews within a 2-day time frame.
Oh my gosh.
I was burning 98.
Yeah.
But
Bernie 98 and complaining about the traffic.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, I'm going to be
yes.
late. Yeah.
So I came here with the intention of trying to secure a position in hospitality, and I knew that I wanted to work for a branded hotel. I came from a Marriott product, and so I knew I wanted to be connected in a branded property again, and so that's where I focused my attention on.
Okay.
Nice.
And why was a branded hotel more desirable than just a local or family
For
owned?
me, a branded hotel comes with a presence, an already established platform.
Mhm.
So IHG and Marriott are 2 of the largest hospitality organizations in the world. Globally, they're known across the board. And so being a part of one of those 2 brands, even a Hilton product, would have been desirable too, because it already has that established branding behind it.
Okay. A lot of things that we don't think about because we're not in the hospitality.
Right,
So it's like,
right.
yeah. So it's always fun to learn when we have guests on about, the different things that people look for and what interests them and that type thing. So how far in advance do you would you recommend somebody talking to you about an event or a wedding for even next year? Because you know how it is around here. There's limited places, and then also once there's a new place, everybody
wants it.
Yeah, they want they want to be the first at that new place or that type thing. So.
Yes. So as soon as possible would be ideal. Granted that we only have a 50-week booking cycle, so we can only book out 50 weeks in advance.
Good,
yeah. So if you're planning for something in, late July of 2024, we would have to wait until a couple weeks into August before we could actually book anything regarding rooms. When it comes to event space, that's a little bit different because we manage the books a little bit differently on how far out we look.
I'm smiling when you say that because I get that because I'm dealing with so many brides for 2024, like May and June and then November. And of course, we're too far out to book the November stuff. But one property in Arkansas told us that, well, we can't book until a year out. And so just reach back to us and maybe it'll still be available.
Maybe.
And it's like, if you can't book out, how can it not be available?
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's like, just like scratching my head on that one. Like,
it's almost like you have to put a calendar reminder to remember,
right.
I need to call this place 50 weeks out.
Are you going to book it? And then one place is like, we don't book over a year out, but I know on July 13th, there's a local group that has it that day. I'm like,
wait, we're still in June.
Yeah, it's like, so it's amazing how that works. But I get, but like especially when it's a local owned hotel, like I think government related event that's happened every year, I can see that. But yeah, it's like, well, maybe it'll still be available. It's like, if you're not booking, how can it not be available? So it's one of those, But and of course, then you look at rates too, because you don't want to, if being a hotel.
That's probably hard.
Yeah, because your rates could fluctuate greatly. And so that's hard on a hotel to book. Even 50 weeks out, I think would be tough.
50 weeks out, tell you what the rate's going to be. Ooh, that is hard.
Yeah.
It's tough, for sure, because the market changes all the time.
Right.
And we never really know, what's going to happen. At the same time, on the same note, we try to work with the group as well. So in the event that the market just completely fell out and, crashed, we're going to work with our groups to say, hey, let's make it right so we can keep you guys.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. I didn't think about that part because I was looking at the other part where if things go up, but you're looking from that aspect as well. So that makes sense.
Yeah. And if you booked at a specific rate and rates went up, that's your contract. Your contract says a specific rate. But if rates go down, we want to make it right.
So you're not going to come and say, why don't y'all be a good partner? We would have done the reverse. It's like,
yeah.
Right. But no, that's good. But that property is like I said, I get to look at new properties all the time. One of the ones that really impressed me, you made a huge impression on me too. And knowing Jean, this little time that I've known her, just how hard she works. So the team over there is perfect. And
Jean makes it look easy. She really does.
We know what she's doing in behind.
Yes. Yes, she works very hard.
She does.
Well, trying to keep all of you guys under control and in line, that's a job. So what's your first event that you have scheduled over there? Or can you say
So I have partnered with Jet Boat Pilots. We are hosting one of their annual events at Harrison's Kitchen. They're going to be reserving the entire restaurant there in mid-July. And it'll be a large event where they bring in lots of people with their boating company. Yeah. And then they'll be utilizing our hotel for their guests as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good.
That's really nice.
Is there a marina or a place where you can dock at your property?
There is a temporary dock currently, but there is plans in the works for a new marina and boat slips to be built. Okay. So that'll eventually happen over the next few years.
I just thought about that because that'd be nice for people to come up on their boat and stop and have.
But there is a temporary dock, so there are a limited number of spaces that boats can come and dock for the evening and just come have dinner or utilize the rooftop bar. The entrance to that is just past Harrison's, but it's a very short walk down the promenade to us.
Okay, all right. That's such a nice, it's a nice area down there for sure. What would you say has been the most challenging part since coming? Because opening a new hotel, everybody thinks, oh, that's beautiful. You're working a new property and You know, they don't see all the kinks that you're stressed about or what can go wrong at the last minute or just that nerves of opening day. So what is this your first property that you've been
No, I opened a Courtyard. That was my very first property back in Oklahoma. And so opening a brand new hotel isn't unknown to me. I will say the biggest obstacle for me is just moving to a new area and really trying to learn everything, where everything is, what are the popular things, what are the local things to do, and then not only that, just making new connections. I grew up in Oklahoma, and so when I came into that role at the Courtyard, I knew everybody, and that was easy. So now it's reconnecting with people, reestablishing relationships that, maybe I've met somebody over the years and vacationing here, just really reaching out to them and trying to find people.
And you didn't know that driving 40 miles would be like eternity.
Right. Yeah, I had no idea. Had no clue.
Right, it's 40 minutes away, and then you're like 2 hours later, like, well, I'm still not there.
Yes.
On certain days,
Coming from my little town in Oklahoma, everything is within 15 minutes. Everything, no matter where you go. And so coming here and being like, but it says 20 miles. It should be 20 minutes. That's not the case.
We had a guest on the show that flew in from Kentucky, and he was going to stay in Destin. And I said, well, make sure you leave like a good hour and a half for driving time. And he's like, why? It's only, and he gave me the mileage. I'm like, you'll find out when you get here. He goes, should I or change my lodging? I said, yeah. So he stayed at Lodge 38, and then he couldn't get an Uber from just down the road here, so I had to go pick him up and bring him here.
Gosh.
So I'm like,
the struggle is real.
It is, and
we love the traffic.
Struggle.
Yeah, that's true. Traffic is a good thing.
That's bringing all this money into the economy, and so when I'm in traffic, I'm like, but
But it's funny because you look at it and you'll find this too, I'm a local, non-local. So I'll look at it from both standpoints. Like I get aggravated with the group, then I understand the money part of it, so it's good. And then when slow season, which really hasn't been too much of a slow season, then you get over quickly. And then when they start coming back, you're just like, this summer. But, we've been here for 2 weeks with my family, and traffic has not been bad at all. I mean, it's a lot of traffic, but it's not. I remember years where you were get on Back Beach Road and you could be stuck forever. It seemed like.
Oh yeah.
But it's gone much smoothly. Maybe there are new roads open and all that.
The locals know which way to go.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, the locals know which back roads to take. Yeah.
We know the shortcuts.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. It's quickly just always amazing how quick time goes. When we start talking, and it's gone. But thank you for taking the time to drive over and come over and be on. So that concludes our episode of this podcast of Lux Life Discovered, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Check out Lux Life Discovered on Facebook and Instagram and on 30a.tv. See you next time on Lux Life Discovered.